Halloween? What's up? All right, we're live. I'm kind of muffled, but you know, hey, it's Halloween. Let's have some fun today. This is the Genesee County Compassion Club. I'm your host, Jeremy, aka Buckethead. What's going on, everybody, man? Halloween's lots of fun, man. We had a great time at the trunk or treat. If you guys weren't there, man, you missed out. I'm telling you, Buckethead was there. It was freaking amazing. Freaking awesome. No, we had a fantastic turnout, man. Welcome. This is the Genesee County Compassion Club show. We're back here at All Points TV. Got John in the studio making it happen today. We're doing an extra post today on Facebook Live. I'm not used to that, so if you guys start talking to me on Facebook, I don't even know if I can read that. I'll try to do my best. But anyways, thanks for joining in. Going to bring you up to speed on what's been happening down at the Genesee County Compassion Club and let you know what's up with the rest of the world. Is medical marijuana and recreational marijuana are just taking off. And man, it's good to be back here in the studio. I want to get you guys up to date. We had a fantastic time at the trunk or treat. Everybody who participated, you guys did an awesome job. I don't know, Mr. Matt, you're gonna have to tell us who won. I'm not sure who won the contest, but it was freaking sweet. We had some amazing decorations. One of our homies up there, man, he put up this. If you weren't there, you had to see it. It was a cube truck, right? Had the clown face on the side of it. And I'm not very good with horror movies, so you're going to have to forgive me. Everybody's probably like, oh, dude, it was obviously... I'm thinking like It. Maybe that's who it was.
That was It, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And, but dude, it was badass. They had to walk up into the cube truck. They had like their own setup in there. Fantastic setup. And, of course, It was there himself. Does It have a name? He has a name, doesn't he? Help me out, John.
I hear what you said, oh.
He's running away. Yeah, it was what's its name? The clown.
Money Penny or something. No money. Something money isn't
Penny.
it?
Penny money.
Penny money.
Pennywise.
Pennywise. Something. Yeah. I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
You have to look that up.
All right. Can you look it up or?
No, I can't look it up. All right, but hey, Mr. Matt, you did an awesome job. The kids got loads of candy. We had a huge turnout. I don't even know how many kids we had roll through there, but it was nonstop for 2 hours straight. Good times. And again, thanks for everybody who came out and spent their Sunday with us. It was a good time. Come out tomorrow. All right, that's the reward. That's the reward for being a G3C member in general. Tomorrow's party is going to be epic. It is at the G3C from 12 to 8. You're not going to want to miss it. It's free if you're a member. It's all you got to do is be a member.
It's Pennywise. Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, I'm obviously not a horror movie guy. All right. Do I look like I watch scary movies? Okay, maybe. All right. Anyways, the party tomorrow's going to be off the hook. We've got extract music, DJ. DJ. Check my notes here. Bigoza. DJ Bigoza, extract music. We're having a costume contest. Good luck with that, guys. You can see what I am. Anyways, we got henna body art and spaghetti buffet. All right, and all you gotta do is be a member. Get down to the club. You're not gonna want to miss it tomorrow, 12 to 8. It's gonna be awesome. This is the G3C Halloween party, and it's on. All right, you guys come down and have a good time. Can't wait to see you there. It's gonna be sweet. Let's get into the news. All right, we got lots of stuff I want to catch up with. Look at all this right here. That's right. Tasty nuggets of information. Okay, let's get going. First thing I want to tell you guys about, going into effect, I believe as of, check my notes here. Check my notes. I believe as in effect, immediately or November 1st, Michigan's fees for patients and caregivers. It is new. It's been updated, taken effect. I'm going to get you the details here in just a second. First thing I want to mention is the fees going down. So if you're renewing your patient card, or if you're going to go get your patient card, new fee to the state, for 2 years, $40. 40. Not a bad deal. So it's going down from 60 to $40. And the caregiver fee has been eliminated. So if you're a patient and you have a caregiver, they don't need to send an extra $25. It's there's no fee. It's just $40 for the patient, that's it. Still 2 years. And in addition to that, they're eliminating the fees for if you lose your card or if you need to update your address or maybe your name or something like that. You used to have to pay $10. Now it's free. Cool. So pretty awesome. Pretty sweet. Still trying to find the effect date here. It's kind of ticking me off. Anyways, also they have a renewal period for patients has increased from 60 to 90 days. So you have a little bit longer to renew your card when it does come up. And yeah, that's awesome. So congrats patients and caregivers. Fees have been reduced and probably more in line now with what it actually costs to give you a card and check your stuff. But that's cool. Very cool. And of course, Michigan right now is rolling out November 1st applications for recreational marijuana. So we've got that in addition to fees going down. I'm pumped about the fees. That's so cool. They have collected a boatload of money, okay? I brought these in because I had a couple of renewals myself. And I tell you, Buckethead's been a caregiver for a while. So, and I'm glad the fees are going down, but I've paid some fees. This is just mine. I think I might have lost some too, but at any rate, without exposing all my patients' information, don't look. It's not for you. But anyways, yeah, they've got their money, all right? And it's about time. It's about time that they go ahead and get it in line with what it actually costs. You know, I was doing some research. I want to share this, guys, with you. And because the new application's getting rolled out November 1st for recreational marijuana, and you've heard me talk before about how much it costs to be one of these new facilities, and that's not changing. The fees are actually quite expensive. We can talk about that in a little bit here. But the micro license, I think, is the big one. A lot of folks that are caregivers, a lot of folks that are patients, regular people, they're interested in the micro license application. And just to get you some information on that, all right, there's a few things you need to know. One of them is, I believe you're still going to have to have a local ordinance that's going to permit you to do so. So if you don't have that, you're kind of stuck. Next thing you're going to have is an attorney, because the application that you're going to have to fill out, it's pretty in-depth. It's not like filling out your caregiver page for your patient. You're going to need an attorney to go through this. You're going to need to have, in addition to this, money. What I mean by that, the state itself is $6,000 for the application fee. So the fee in total is $8,000, and I'm not exactly sure what the annual renewal amount is, but at this point, I'd assume it's $8,000. So that's to grow a total of 150 plants. Now, you do the math. A caregiver with 5 patients can do 72 plants. Granted, they can only deal with their patients, but obviously, I'm not sure that fee amount, if they really thought that out very carefully at the state level. So we'll have to see how this goes. Anyways, something to think about. Moving on, all right, we've got other things I want to share with you. The USDA, did you guys hear about this? They rolled out the rules for hemp. They're getting things like interstate commerce figured out, taxation, whatnot. I thought it was interesting that, I mean, hemp is pretty prevalent. It's just about everywhere. You can get CBD at just about any place you go to nowadays. And with that being said, I would definitely recommend that you be careful about where you get your CBD from. Make sure it's a caregiver, somebody who knows what they're doing. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more later on in the show. But at any rate, be careful about where you're getting this stuff at. And it's good that that the government's finally catching up. Mitch McConnell, who's from Kentucky, he definitely was helpful in getting this bill through, but it's kind of a little bit late to the party, but at any rate, at least they got it done. So you may see more of these products coming out now. It's definitely highly regulated, and it's good. I mean, it's good that it's getting done. I guess I should say that. But I'm not going to get into all the rules. You guys basically know what this is. It's cannabis without THC. If it's 0.3% or less, it's CBD in their eyes. So, or hemp, I should say. So I think our community has a lot of learning to do about this hemp thing. And right now, most of the time, we're talking about hemp and we're talking about CBD and we're thinking it's the same thing. And there's a lot more to it. So I'm anxious to see this take off. But then on the other hand, you do need to be wary. You need to be careful about what you're getting into, as far as, especially if you're ingesting a product or investing in a business. Either way, just be careful. All right, the rules are out. Check them out. This was obviously with Halloween. There's a lot of concerns for kids. I think the main concern would be that they get too much sugar. But there was an article on MLive and it was talking about Michigan teachers worried about kids getting cannabis infused edibles. And this is ridiculous. Okay, I mean, obviously you should be concerned that kids don't get things that kids shouldn't have. We should always be concerned about that. But to try to, paint a black image onto, this, it's just ridiculous. I mean, first of all, as a parent, and I've had kids for a long time, I haven't seen a homemade piece of candy in their basket ever, all right? I was the last generation to get homemade crap in the basket, okay? Popcorn balls, maybe a cookie every now and then. Your parents wouldn't let you eat it back then, and that was a long time ago, okay? Nobody gives out homemade crap anymore, especially stuff that they had to go spend extra money on to make for medical reasons, all right? It's just ridiculous. So, at any rate, I would think the first clue as a parent, you're looking through the candy basket after you bring it home. If it's not made by Mars or Nestle, you know what I mean? Get real. Get real. Why do they even bother? I don't know. It's bullcrap. It's baloney. Here's somebody that you should be listening to, okay? Governor out of Colorado, Jared Polis. They're talking to him on a show. He starts all of a sudden basically advocating for bonsai weed. He says, did you know you could grow cannabis bonsai? Like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then he starts sharing links on how to do it. So that's pretty awesome. Go Governor Jared Polis. That's pretty cool. All right, Mexico. Did you guys hear about this? Looks like Mexico is going to have recreational weed real soon. They were supposed to take a vote. Actually, I think it was scheduled for tomorrow. And then it appears, Mexico has lobbyists just like we have lobbyists. Apparently their lobbyists got wind of it and were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We need to make sure this legislation is good for us. So their Senate's working on it again. All right? That's how things work. And you might see a vote from the Senate as early as next week. But it'll be interesting to see how this all goes down. Mexico, obviously, big country, definitely represents progress if a country like this takes that step forward and legalizes recreational cannabis. And then you think about it, the U.S. at that point is basically sandwiched between Canada, which also has it, and now what's going to be Mexico. The U.S. will be under no choice to modify their law, to look at legalizing this for adult use, to being more realistic, to certainly considering it for medicinal purposes. And speaking of that, I just read an article. I thought it was profound that a university, I believe it is in Oregon or Washington, one of the two, made an announcement earlier this week about they have a research project that has just recently been approved, and the supplier for that medicinal research project was going to be Tilray, the biggest marijuana corporate company out there, signed on basically to be the supplier for this medical research that was just recently approved. Hence, what will occur if this happens is that Tilray will be the first company to import medicinal cannabis into the US. They are in Canada, and they would be importing it into the US for research. Profound is the word I use because of the fact that medical marijuana is still Schedule 1, still has no recognized medicinal value. How does this project even get approved? And how does a company that's legit, totally legit, get the okay to go ahead and just break the rules that nobody else could possibly do? Tilray. Don't forget the name. All right, Wisconsin. Guys, Wisconsin, the comments from their senator were hilarious. He said, we're like the last island of marijuana law in a sea of decriminalization. That was his comment. Wisconsin is set to decriminalize up to 1 ounce of cannabis soon, hopefully. So currently it's still a misdemeanor, punishable by fines up to $1,000 or more. And if this passes, it'd be like civil infraction like you've seen elsewhere. But decrim up to 1 ounce. So, yes, Wisconsin, you are sorely lacking. You are way behind. You are in the unstoned age. Okay, back to you being careful about what you put in your body, all right? Did you know that in all of its grand wisdom, the state, the medical marijuana regulatory agency, in its grand scheme of figuring out how to provide safety to the nation, yeah, they didn't think about testing vitamin E or for it. So in all of these tests that you've been hearing about, all of these recalls, all of these regulations, what they didn't include is the one that might actually hurt you, vitamin E. And we talked about this before. Vitamin E obviously is not meant to be smoked. Okay, that's the problem. And that's probably most of the problem with the vaping health concerns that you've been hearing about. But the MRA doesn't test for it. So if you're getting your carts from anywhere, you need to be sure what's in it. Where did they get it from? And that's why it's best if you get it directly from a caregiver, so that you know for sure where it came from. Because even if it does come regulated with a number and a guaranteed stamp or whatever you want to call it, your little green triangle, doesn't mean jack. Doesn't mean a doggone thing. All right. And speaking on that, let's go back and talk about hemp a little bit. All right. Hemp's prevalent. It's everywhere. And yeah, the USDA just passed their set of rules, but there isn't a place you can't walk into now and find it. It's pretty easily accessed. But the problem is, did you guys know that a lot of CBD products are coming from China? You can order it online, all right? Just like you can order everything online, you can order hemp too, all right? Problem is, just like everything else, when you get it cheaper, there's another cost. And the cost is that those products often contain metals, lead, arsenic, whatever you want to call, whatever else could be in there. But it's an inferior product. It is not something you guys want. All right? Think about it. Okay? Same thing with carts. Okay? Some of the carts, the vape carts, are from China. And they've got lead in them. All right? And other metals and things that they've been finding. So, be careful about where your stuff is coming from. All right? And don't depend on the MRA to save you. Get a caregiver. Okay. Jumping across the world here to Finland. There's a news article that said they may consider decriminalization. Interesting thing is that this was spawned or inspired by This is inspired by people. They had an online petition. They did some rallying. But yeah, they basically got enough hype online on a petition to inspire the government to possibly make an improvement, possibly make a change. It hasn't been done yet, but hopefully it will be. So that's pretty cool. Keep your eyes on Finland. But decrim, it's a start. Okay, I wanted to talk about a good buddy of mine for just a minute. His name is Jim Amberg, killer attorney down in the Detroit area. And recently, he just won a case. And I won't get into too many details on the case, but what you do need to know is that it was basically over Section 8. Okay, and for those of you that have forgotten or don't know, Section 8 is one of the most important protections in the 2008 Michigan medical marijuana law. All right? It provides a whole umbrella of protection. And there's certain qualifying factors that you have to have in order to qualify for Section 8. It's not just your card, all right? Believe it or not, a valid card isn't good enough to get the full protection of the law in the court system, believe it or not. But, very simply, you can have that full protection, whether it be you a patient or be you a caregiver. There's just a couple things that you have to make sure that you do, okay? One of them is, number one, make sure you're using your cannabis for medicinal use, okay? Seems pretty simple, pretty plain, but make sure it's clearly for medicinal use, all right? Next thing, make sure you have a real relationship with your doctor. That is the biggest thing that gets cases trumped up on people, that gets the protections eliminated from. It's what screws people over, is when they don't have a good doctor-patient relationship. And the way that you do this is by making sure you do your follow-up appointments. All right? I know they're a pain in the butt, but your fees just went down. All right? So it's getting cheaper and cheaper to do this. So if you want full protection, this is what you're going to want to have. And that's what these people had. They had a real relationship. They deserved the full protection of the law, including Section 8. And here's what happened, is that the courts originally said, no, you're not going to get Section 8. So they turned them down. Then they appealed it. So it goes to the appeals court. The appeals court says, no, we're not even going to listen to this. They appeal it from there to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court says, no, you will listen to the Section 8. And the Court of Appeals has to go back and then reverse it back down to the lower courts and tell them that they do have to use Section 8. Long story short, all right? I'm no attorney, but that's basically what it means. And what it really means is a whole big hassle. This person probably went through this process for a few years at least, spent a whole lot of money, of course, and really just got hassled over nothing. Just a big hassle over nothing. And unfortunately, our state's in the game of just trying to make money. And Jim Amberg, he went the distance, got justice served, and these people got to actually use the law that they deserve. How ridiculous is that? They got to use the law. That's what they did. They got to use the law. At the end of the day, they got to use the law, and they got free from the charges that were placed against them. So congratulations to Mr. Amberg and, of course, to his clients. But it really highlights the stupidity, I guess, if you will, of our court systems. At least the Court of Appeals, which has been terrible in honoring people the full protection of the law. There's been a number of different ways that people have get screwed over the years. And one of the biggest ones is when people are denied their medical protections of their card in court. And therefore, you've had no reason to be able to have cannabis. And it's really hurt a lot of people. And thankfully now we have recreational marijuana, and we should see that just simply go away. I mean, we really shouldn't have to worry about this anymore. And along with a new administration in our executive offices, that also makes a big impact as well. So, but at any rate, it's still being fought out even in today. Obviously, this stuff occurred back before recreational passed, back before we had a new governor, new attorney general. But at any rate, once it's started, you can't stop. And now it's finally come to completion. So good for them. Good for those people. Way to stick it out. Because I'm sure they could have settled at some point and just said, you know what, I'll just take a lower charge and you can thump me on the head. But these people didn't do that. They stood up. And they said, no, we're not wrong. You are. And they got justice served. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. All right. Guys, thanks for being with me today, man. I'm so excited for tomorrow. You want to make sure you get down to the G3C tomorrow from anytime, really. But noon to 8, that's when the party's going on. Make sure you got your costume on, man. I'll be jamming it out with you guys. I can't wait. The spaghetti is going to be delicious. I have no doubt. And again, it's all you got to do is be a member. There's no extra fee or nothing like that. Just be a G3C member. It's our gift to you. We want to say thank you. We want to say come have some fun. And I mean, this one's for you guys, right? So thanks for being with me today. I'm your host, your buckethead. John, thanks for being with me in the studio, man. I appreciate it. It's a good day to be a duck, I'll tell you that. But I know we're going to be getting rain. Make sure you guys dress up warm. And if you really do have concerns for your children, why don't you freaking spend some time with them? Dude!